How y'all doing? Um, Videos uploading as we speak right now. I got Aries and Capricorn uploaded. I'm sorry, I'm just tired. It's been a long few days. Yeah, I went to Gettysburg. I have to tell you all about that too. Um, Anywho, I have Virgos uploading, Libras uploading, and Leo. Happy birthday! Yours is uploading too. We'll get the rest of yours done tomorrow. Anywho, tomorrow or the next day, one of the two. I still got 7 more to do. So I have that all working, and I'm going to start working on my new channel tomorrow. Anyhow, from what I've been talking about the past few weeks, well, I've been talking about this the whole entire time I have my YouTube, but a lot in the past few weeks, how this has been, few months really, how this has really been coming to the forefront about manifesting what we want instead of what we don't want, and focusing on what we want. Just like the other night when I was talking about um, some of the things that have held me back, that have not been easy to overcome. And, we could sit there and act like a victim, blame other people, when ultimately you have to take responsibility for your own stuff. Yep. And this is why I usually even will tell people, try not to cross watch for people. You don't want to be taken on more of the person that you're focused on, not to mention thinking things and manifesting that into their life. Does that make sense? Um, Readers pick up on energy. And if you're in there snooping around, just saying, this is just my opinion, you can do whatever you want. I'm just trying to help you out. But readers pick up on things. And if say you're in there looking at, is this a for example, say you're in there trying to figure out what possibly your ex is doing or whatever, and you want that person back, I suggest you don't go in there and put your energy into cross watching. I mean, yeah, whatever you want to do is up to you. However, you giving that energy and then that getting instilled into your mind that that's really what's going on, especially if it's negative, you can actually manifest that into the other person's life. And you're basically sabotaging the connection because you're manifesting that for them, especially if you have heavy manifesting skills. If you're a water sign, you can do this easily, and a lot of times you don't even realize you're doing it because you're ruled by your emotion. Well, the core of you is emotional. That's your core power, is when you feel it. That's why so many water signs are hit in their emotions to be shut down. That's why so many fire signs are hit in their identity and, treated like crap for, having so much passion for what they believe in, and they get beat down for that. That's why air signs get attacked for having different styles of thinking, upper ways of thinking, sometimes things that people would never even thought of. And they get a lot of their power through what they think and how they respond to that. Earth signs, hell, they can just, I don't want to go there. They can manifest extremely easily into the 3D, especially if you're a Virgo. So anyway, Capricorns can too. And Tauruses are just stubborn. When they put their mind to something, forget it. Like, it's fixed. Capricorn, they'll just freaking make a list, and they, as they are moving through their list, it just seems to go as planned for them very easily. Anywho, here's one of the things that I've noticed. A lot of people ask me, how do you manifest positive and not bring in this negative stuff. Well, here's the thing, karma is karma. If you have karmic debt you have to pay, and you'll know, because if you're having a Saturn return or anything like that, you'll know. Okay? Some of it very well could be stuff that you need to deal with that you might not have dealt with in the past that needed a 0 point neutrality. We got to get to that neutral point between people where their opinions don't affect you. Their lack of faith in you does not affect you. It don't. You have to have enough confidence in who you are inside and your capabilities that you don't allow other people's will or opinions on your life to be able to override who you are and who you know you are. You can't allow this. However, this also talks about if you're trying to manifest things and you need a miracle, okay? We have to look at, Jesus was the ultimate alchemist, okay? He understood energy and he understood how to work with it. He understood he had a direct connection to the creator. He also understood that there was angels that were helping him, okay? In this mortal body. Anyways, a lot of his creative miracles, such as turning water into wine, which I'm going to show a little clip of this and what he did, just to give you a picturesque illustration. Shout out to The Chosen for this whole series, which is so well done. Give you a real good idea of Jesus's goals and how he manifested miracles. A lot of this show shows his miracles. And the fact that he commissioned us to do the same thing in other people's, not just our own life, but in other people's lives. We have to know how to manifest. This is the difference between you and a weak Christian, which we don't really count ourselves as that. We look at what Jesus did and said, hey, Jesus said, as I did, so shall you do, and even greater. Even greater. If you're not doing even greater, you're not fulfilling your purpose. This is what church doesn't get. They'll have to ask God for forgiveness for that someday, but that's not my problem. I'm talking to you guys. How do we get to that 0 point neutrality? How do we get to that? To create a neutral point and alchemy. For someone, you have to also understand how you work too. Like with, as far as me being a fire sign, I have to take action. And I have to step out in action and make a move. And a lot of times with being a manifesting generator, that's the whole Libra balance for me. Is like, okay, well, I have options coming at me. What option do I take? So it's kind of like balancing that out, and whatever my gut, this is where someone like me has to really understand our gut instinct and my motive. And what is your angle? What is your motive? Like some people, and myself even included, I had to go in and think about this for myself is, okay, what if I did get everything that I wanted? Because I deserve that, yes. But what if I did? What would I do then? You know, like you got to think like 10 steps ahead. Obviously, I'm going to show you an example. We have to get the negative Nancys out of our lives. Okay? For you to properly manifest, you have to get the negative naysayers. You have to have enough faith and confidence in yourself And you have to be confident enough to be by yourself and spend time with the divine and be able to not allow what the naysayers and analytical people that want to like know everything or how you do it. Because a lot of times miracles, we pray and God works, period. We have to take the stand. We have to take the action. Or we meditate, or, we focus on our pure intent. Because a lot of times the universe ain't going to gift you something if you're not ready for it. If it'll destroy you. Either way, I want to show this clip of how Jesus ruled real quick. Hang on. Get out there and keep finishing this. Of course. Let me go across here a little bit. I need you to see this. Where are we at here? Episode 5. Everyone, please step outside. Just for a moment, Thomas. Like I said, this series was so well done. Once you make that first cut into the stone, it can't be undone. It sets in motion a series of choices. What used to be a shapeless block of limestone and granite begins its long journey of transformation. And it will never be the same. Have mercy, Father. Now, what I'd like to do is part of the reason why Jesus wasn't going to do that, by the way. Jesus didn't do that until his mom actually asked him to. And she said, I know you can do it. All it takes is for where 2 or 3 are gathered. I mean, the manifesting power is so much greater. When 2 people have faith in the same thing, that actually makes a lot more explosive energy together, the synergy between it. Now, with Jesus took that right in there. And as you see, he told everybody that might not, like, that was worried about whether or not it was going to work, he sent them out of his energy field, out of his auric field. He said, just give me a moment. And he had to prepare himself. And as he knew it was time. And the thing is he didn't do that for himself. He did that for the collective of who was at that wedding feast. He wanted to spare the reputation of the people. So these are the type of things, like, yeah, obviously the divine's going to take care of his kids. We don't have to worry about that. That shouldn't even be an issue. This lack mindset that many people are walking in, when you got God, you have everything. Yes, stuff might go a little bit crazy here and there, but I guarantee you, if you have faith, stuff just shows up. However, when you have negative Nancy's and that black ass energy that people carry on them in your inner circle, it's going to try and seep off onto you. So sometimes it's good to, that's why Jesus went off on his own a lot of times. Couldn't be around that negative shit. He couldn't stand it. I'm the same way. I'm not saying I'm perfect like he was. However, I do have faith like that. I saw God move in my life too many times to count. Hi, spiritual warrior. How are you? I have readings uploading right now. I just did Aries. I did Aries and Capricorn. Theirs is done. I did Libra. That's uploading. Virgo's uploading. And happy birthday to Leo's. Yours is uploading too. Happy Lionsgate to you as well. Yeah. If you ever get the chance to watch this series, I'm telling, it shows like all the creative miracles and stuff like that Jesus did. It's a powerful one. No, yeah, I know it is. That's why I knew I had to get behind the tarot table today. I don't usually do 5 readings in one day, but I got 5 done. Yeah, there is. I can tell you one thing that I know for certain. I did my video on Friday night, and I did put it to unlisted, just because like the way this YouTube is, I don't want to usually say their name or anything, but the way this platform is ran, they don't like live streams. They don't. So if you, I keep them all, but I just back them up. I'm not going to keep most of them up. Now this one I will, but because it's actually more of a teaching one, not just like blabbering my gums. It's a very powerful lion's gate. There's no going back. Exactly like what was just said. When you make that first cut in the stone, that's transformation. The long cycle of transformation begins. There ain't no going back. Not for us. Mm-mm. And people can either rise to meet you, or they have, yeah, I'm not saying you have to completely cut them off, but they can't really go with you unless they're willing to learn and transform their lives to a more positive homeostasis in their own. Some people don't know how to do that, and that's where we have to come in and be that light for people. Now, one of the things that is a little bit frustrating for me is when I do have to do the zodiac readings, and I have to get pulled into the lower energies to actually be able to talk to people on their level. That's hard because, like, of course, I'm picking up on third-party stuff all the time in the zodiac readings. And it's kind of like, oh God, here we go. But at least I know that it actually speaks to people, and it might be where they're at. Well, if you fasted for 3 days, you would be like, you'd have to ground very, very heavy, especially in this energy. Now, when was the last time I fasted? I haven't had a long fast like that in a while. Usually I'll listen to my intuition, and when God tells me, I'm halfway out of, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. When the energy's like this, I can't fast. When I would do that, I would be like out for a week, just in the ethers. Meat fast. Well, that's not bad fast. That's meat is a good way to ground just fruit. Well, fruit and vegetables, that's gonna keep you way up high too. So you're aware. If you want to be grounded, you have to eat some protein. I'm just letting you know that. Um, yeah. Even if it's just chicken or fish or something like that. Veg ground. Hmm. I want to let you know something as far as hug my brother. Yeah, I had to go down to the code office today. Uh, I don't care either. I go outside and play music in the middle. I'm an idiot. Not really, but yeah. Anywho, like I'm really trying to get everything like switched over for my managers to freaking take care of everything because I pay them 10% of my money to do so. Like, I don't want to have to deal with these anything that has to do really, unless I have to fix something. If somebody else can do it, I'll pay it. But I really don't want to deal with this bullshit. I don't want to deal with these government agencies. I freaking can't stand them. It's like the Gestapo, the Nazi Gestapo. Anyway, I don't like any government agency, but that's just me. I like to be autonomous. Render to Caesar, and what's God to God, and I'm all gods. So, anyhow, yeah. Here's the thing. I did say the other night about the whole pick me girl. I said that on my last live stream I did. Look, when I gave up chasing, and that even includes pick me, I give a shit what my masculine's doing, thinking, no, I don't give, no, I'm not that girl. I'm not the pick me girl. I am, if you know it's good for you, do what's best for you, follow your intuition, you'll know. Um, I'm not, yeah, I believe in you. I know that you can do it type of girl. That's me. I'm the encourager because you know why? What affects him affects me, whether we're together or not. As far as I'm concerned, if he can be and live happy without me, more power to him. I want him to be able to be as happy as he can because that energy affects me directly, just like my energy affects him directly because we're connected like that. Whether we're together or not, it doesn't really even matter at this point. However, I can tell you what happened, sort of. Tell you, I'm not gonna tell you what was said, but remember what said? I'm like, I'm done. I meant that. I still mean that. I'm not the type. I am not chasing nobody. If somebody wants me, they're gonna have to love me for me, all of me. I ain't changing unless God tells me to change something. Then I'll change it. Unless God shows me to do something, then I'll do it. But if it's anybody else that's in a human form and I'm hearing different from the creator, or I have to have an ultimatum between my creator and another human being, I don't give a shit if it's that soul can or not. I know I'm going to be blessed either way. Either way, I win. And it's not like I win against somebody else. No, I win in life. As long as I'm following my purpose and my path. If this person wants to come along, great. The more the merrier. I want you to be on your path and you do what you're called to do. But like, I'm unapologetically myself at this point. I don't care what people think of me. I don't care what anyone says. I don't give a shit at all. I'm going to do what my creator told me to do and be a good person. What most people, and be a real person. What most people have to wear a mask in this life. Or they have to down people. The negativity on this planet is horrible. And it just keeps getting more bombarded on people. It's like some people can't get out of the whole negative ways of being and thinking, and then they wonder why they get the results they get in life. My faith in the creator is like, I know how he's created me. So my faith in the creator and me getting to know who I am and knowing that miracles happen when I'm being my true authentic self, that's how I manifest. That's how every single person manifests. This is why they want everybody to be uniform. They're young. Well, we have to teach the crystal and rainbow children this stuff. These are going to be the transformers on the planet. Like, we're just the balancing conduit. Like, we have to actually bring in the old knowledge and integrate it in with the new knowledge of new things that are coming down the pipe. Like, we have a heavy, any Pluto and Libra generation, we have a heavy mantle to carry. And basically, we got screwed. Yeah, we did. We took the whipping. We took the whipping. The religious whipping. We took the freaking occult whipping. We took the communal whipping. Being called names, being ostracized from our communities. Now look, how many people follow astrology, know their sun, moon, and rising, watch tarot, get their own cards. We paved the way. Now, however, there always should be a disclaimer. Don't do this and don't get these tools if you're going to use them for manipulative purposes. And guess what most people do? And then they don't realize why all this shit is coming back on them. You're not using them with good intentions. Oh well. By the way, don't ever use a freaking Ouija board. Ever. There's actually demonic energies tied to those. Period. They're just, yeah. Yeah, I don't mess with that. Now people be like, oh, but you have all those cards. Yeah, and I clear all those cards. Mm-hmm. Some of them do have a different feel to them or different energy. However, my anointing, yeah, I never touched it. When I've never owned one. Now I've known people who had them, and then I refused to go to their home because it was there. Cards are a tool. Some of them do have spirits attached. That's why, some people get Aleister Crowley. Look, Aleister Crowley has some of the coolest looking cards. However, I'm not allowed to get them. I'm not. Because of his delve into Satanism. That's why. That was something from the creator when I started getting tarot cards. I wasn't allowed to get anything with witch on it, and I wasn't allowed to get anything that had anything that with Aleister Crowley. That was just the divine creator's rules, and I think that had to do with the fact that he knew I'd be coming up against religious spirits and people who were so deep into people believing that cards are witchcraft instead of realizing that they're a tool. Yeah. Well, I can tell you for me, and for everybody, if you have a serious calling on your life, or you have these spiritual gifts that you were born with, you get, because of the karmic stuff that most of our family lines have incurred, we, as before we were even created, we had um, entities that were assigned to us, not attached to us, assigned to us to try and make us not fulfill our purpose, to beat us down. Yeah, I already know what major freaking entity comes after me. I've said it the other night. And it's not even, like I said, it's not even the people that it can operate through. It's not their fault. I just think anointed people bring it out in these certain spirits. We see it plain as day. Did you ever wonder how, like, we see certain things the way we do and nobody else can see it, but you can see it? And later on, 5, 10 years down the line, after you've been beaten and whipped and abused by this person, then other people see it too? You weren't lying. It's just how we're going to have to fight, how we're going to have to fight these energies and these entities, is by understanding who we are and still remaining authentic to who we are, in a positive way. Absolutely. Me a year ago, 4 months ago, I freak out. Like, sometimes I would freak out. No, they don't, and they won't believe. They like you. However, let me just say something. They see it when they become activated, because then that same spirit pops its ugly head up and goes after them. Make sense? When that person becomes awakened, that those spirits don't want that to happen. As long as you're living in the 3D matrix and just doing what everybody else is doing, and acting a fool like everybody else, you're not really going to be bothered by these entities. As long as you're living that karmic life just like the rest of anybody else, yeah, you're not going to have much problems with demons. It's when you actually step into who you are. It's when you step into who you are, and you be your authentic self, and you start doing what you know you're called to do, you're going to get opposition. How we alchemize that, and Jesus gave us the key, it's through loving ourselves first, loving God, loving ourselves, and then being able to love other people. That's what defeats this dark force energy. Whether somebody else loves you back, you love them anyway, sincerely. And here's the thing, communicate that. If you can get to that 0 point neutrality, like I have with my masculine, like I said, whatever he chooses to do, I support him 100%. With me, not with me. However, if he's going to be with me, he's got to change that negative attitude. Not to mention those people he's around. I will be there for him for whatever he needs. However, he's not going to be like together though. He has to freaking come up higher, because I'm not going to go down to and lower my frequency or vibration to meet anybody. I don't give a shit who it is. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm not trying to sound like, oh, I'm way better. No, I just know how hard I've worked to get to this point in my life, and I'm not going backward. It's only moving forward. I told him that in our letter. You and I are only moving forward from here on out. Period. And whether you're doing your thing over here and I'm doing mine, that's fine. Just know that I got your back. I hope you have mine. If you don't, fine. Yeah, I don't get upset by nonsense at this point either. Now, like I said, one thing that does get me out of pocket is uh, eh, I don't like. I still have an issue with authority, illegitimate authority. Okay, I have. If somebody's actually doing. No one can steal exactly, and that's how I was today. I just like whatever. Okay, God'll have to handle it. Mm-hmm. Oh, I can. I told the one person on the phone on Friday, like, or Thursday. I'm like, I could be a big asshole. I know this. It all depends on how somebody comes at me. Somebody comes at me with respect, I'll give them respect in return. If they come at me like an asshole, guess what they're going to get in return? I mirror your energy back. And it has zero to do with whether I like a person or not. If I sense that energy coming at me, it's what you're going to get back. If I sense that tension, that's just who I am. Exactly. I don't do the work drama either. I don't like it. I don't F with it. Like I said the other night, man, I was just like, I really don't want to have to freaking deal with that, but I have a feeling that the divine is saying, okay, Lisa, we need to get some social skills going here again. And I'm like, ugh. All right, well, I'll do my part with the Ace of Wands and do what I'm supposed to do. You'll make the rest happen. All I got to do is put my foot out there and stick my toe in the water and watch you part the Red Sea for me, I guess. Oh, good God. Anywho, yeah. With every decision we make, we have to understand that every choice that we make, especially from this point right here, this is the beginning, I feel, of many people's breakthrough. And I really feel is the timeline split. I do. My Gettysburg trip went pretty well. I took Liv and Tyler to that's my daughter and her boyfriend. We went to Gettysburg on Saturday, and I got my dad a birthday present too. But yeah, it's probably illegal to show on YouTube. My daughter, I shit you not, she got a t-shirt that said Ghost Lives Matter. And of course, she went to the metaphysical store down there. I didn't get anything while I was there. I had too much shit I have to pay for this month. So it's like, it was fun just to go. But yeah, I had to give my dad something for his birthday, and that's that I got. But yeah, roughly around 7:31 in the evening, after not hearing squat for 11 days, my phone rings. After the night before, I was just like, whatever. If or if not, it doesn't matter to me either way. I'm keeping my options open. I even told him that in a letter. Well, guess what? I don't think he wants me to do that. I don't know. All I do know is we were at the end of that cycle going back and forth. I do know that. Like I said, he's kind of going to be always a permanent catalyst in my life, and I think probably the same with me with him, because I'm probably one of the most positive people he has, that actually believes in him still. And I'm not saying like would have any reason to, because he's shown me some pretty shitty sides of himself. However, I know if I can change, I know he can too. He just has to put his mind to it, and I know he's stubborn enough to be able to. I can't force him to, though, and if he doesn't, then I won't be in his life like that. Mm-mm. We can be friends. Anywho, we're always going to be that. It's just like I had to sit and reevaluate what I know I deserve and what I want in my life and what I can tolerate in my life. Inconsistency is one thing I can't tolerate in my life. Not at all. I can't stand that. I don't like two-faced people. I don't like drama. If someone doesn't like me, they just need to go about their life and not like me. That's fine. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion about me. I don't care. Neither does divine. I know me and I know God loves me, and that's all that I need. Whether or not you do is a bonus. I suggest that you do because I'm a really nice person for the most part. And I'm pretty powerful. So, I mean, where two or three are gathered, we can really, if you're in a positive vibration, we can really get some cool things going. People got to understand this alchemy thing. It's very hard to manifest good things in your life if you're not positive about it. If you don't believe it's going to happen, you have to have faith. If you don't, it's impossible to please God anyway. Without it, God tells you to do something, you better do it because you're in blatant disobedience if you don't. And that's specifically why me and my masculine, that was hard for me to do. To be the cat and be like, look, we just need to take a step back. Like, do you know how hard that was? I mean, it kind of just came blurting out my spirit, my soul, because I wouldn't have been able to do that without his strength. I'm just without that supernatural strength. I don't think I would have been able to do that. Not with, but I did it, and I didn't freak out, and I stayed on my path and my purpose, and I continued to be better and get stronger every single day. Well, like I said, I got a phone call then, about 11 days later or something like that. Master number 11. 11 days. Stop being a pick me girl. I see it all the time. You have to leave some mystery to what you're doing in life. Like I said, you can see the thirst traps that people set up, and it's so obvious when you can see beyond it. It's like, do you think that that's gonna get your masculine's attention? It's not. It's going to be like, yep, they're intuitive. They know. You're gonna know exactly what that is. I'm not saying don't look hot, don't look good. Obviously, do that for yourself, not for anyone else. Just saying. I see that a lot. And then, you get the bitter bitches one here too. And I was there. Good night. I'm actually going to soon get off of here, but I did want to say this. I get it. We've been really, 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 really hurt. And yeah, it's okay to feel that. That's normal. That's normal. However, you can't sit in it because it just makes you more bitter and more angry. And it makes you very unattractive. Make me very unattractive. We're trying to be a magnet here and be our true self to where we're really happy with who we are. Okay? Don't be setting up no thirst traps. Like I said, if that's one thing I could tell the divine feminine, the other ones that are out here that are really wishing that their person would come back, especially with a day like 8/8. I understand how hard it is to move on. And I'm not saying you have to move on, but you need to get moving. You need to get your life moving. You need to press into who you are as a person, and you need to press into what God has called you to do and move out in that 4-4-4-4. You do. You need to worry about your stability. You need to worry about your life. Part of the reason that I figured out why I couldn't manifest another situation or relationship into my life is because I didn't have my own personal closure. And there was unfinished business. If there's, ask the divine to set up some for kind of actual meeting that you'll be able to actually get closure, no matter what it looks like. If you have to write a letter to this person, now, like I said, if they're in a relationship, don't do that. You need to back off if they're in a relationship. I don't give a shit if that's your masculine or not. You need to back off. Let them be. If it's meant to be, it'll come back around. You need to, God will provide somebody else if you let them go. I'm telling you this. Possibly somebody even better. But you need to freaking not set out thirst traps either. You need to step into your divinity of who you really are. And you're not inferior. Don't ever think that either. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here. I'm just saying, you need to get into the 0 point energy and learn how to alchemize. Stay in a positive mind state. Gratitude is huge. Be respectful of others, people's time, energy, effort. Be polite. Be kind to people. Set a good example. You're supposed to be God's hands and feet on this earth. Anywho, I love you guys. You all take care. I'm going to get going. I'm tired. I put out 5 readings today. Be looking for the uploads. I thought about doing a live reading, but maybe not. I'm going to start working on the other ones tomorrow. So I love you. Have a nice night. And yeah, I'm going to be uploading all of these to my new BitChute in the next few days. So I already have them on here on my phone. So yes, I'm going to start with that. They already have, I actually did / Blue Flame Integration / Blue Storm Tarot for BitChute. Love you. Have a great night. Bye.